All right, welcome back, everyone. This is a Tech Top episode number 71. When is the best time to buy computers and other techie stuff? Recorded on December 27th, 2016. A couple of things. First of all, I need to apologize for my lighting here. I know my face is really pale and I got really black. So I share my home office with my wife. She stole a couple of my my lights here, so I'm kind of running on a couple lights. I'm doing the best I can, sir. So God bless her. But anyway, you're gonna have to deal with my ghost-like look today in this particular episode on YouTube, and fortunately on podcast I sound about the same. So anyway, also today's a sad day here. Unfortunately, Carrie Fisher, she passed away this morning around a little bit after 8 o'clock Pacific time, and she had. I'm sure I'm not obviously I'm not the only one that thinks this. She's one of my favorite actors and human beings. She obviously her role in Star Wars is fantastic. I loved her in that, but she also suffered from bipolar disorder or manic depression, and like my dad, and she was one of the first to bring it to light, and I credit her with her doing that, where a lot of attention to bipolar disorder was brought to light thanks to her. So it's a very difficult disease to live with and to understand, and I appreciate what she's done over her life to bring that to light. So my prayers to and condolences to her family. She certainly will be missed in my family and myself here, and it's a very sad day. But anyway, let's go on here. Recapping last episode with Tech Talk episode number 70. Did the Russians hack the DNC computers and stuff like that? If you're wondering if the Russians did hack or how they hacked the Russian DNC, the Russians hacked the DNC email servers, you really want to listen to episode number 70 there. You can find that on our website, on the podcast directory, so on and so forth. Pretty interesting episode. I want to appreciate all your feedback you gave me too. Also, before we go forward, let's talk about that. A few announcements before we get to the details of the show here. Like I said, thank you guys for listening and watching. It very much appreciate it. This is why I keep on producing these episodes and new episodes. And I'm getting a major new sponsor here pretty soon. I'm still trying to get everything wrapped up with that. And you'll see that very soon here. And if you're listening to on iTunes or you're on Android podcast directories, be sure you rate my show and submit a review. And because I really appreciate that, helps to grow for the show to grow, and I can touch more people and hopefully help people with their technology issues. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel, leave some comments, some questions, some kudos, and all that. And if you need to find me, if you need to find the podcast show or the YouTube channel or information about Tech Talk with Dan Harley, it is hosted off my primary website, primeconcepts.net. That's primeconcepts.net. We have links to the podcast show, and also links to some wonderful information, including lots of free tutorials. My favorite one, free and almost free ways to advertise your business online. Either way, please pass the word and share this episode with your friends and folks and stuff like that out there. And tell others about the podcast show on the YouTube channel. Before I go further here, I need a little legal disclaimer. Some products mentioned in this and other episodes of Tech Talk with Dan Harley could be paid as affiliate commissions, promotion commissions, or the liking by the product or service providers. So, in other words, I might be selling you something here. So, be aware of that. And once again, thanks for listening and watching. Now, let's get to the fun part. So, when is the best time to buy techie stuff, computer stuff, smartphones, all that stuff? Let me tell you something. I get that a lot, obviously. And many ask when, where is the best time to place buy computers and all that stuff. And I usually get different answers depending on who I'm talking to. It depends on if you're more tech savvy, then obviously you probably have a few more avenues I can send you to. If you're not as tech savvy, maybe I'll get you more general, in more general directions. So, anyway, this is the general direction I'm gonna pass out you folks out there. There's like two major conventions or expos that kind of dictated when techie things were sold on in general in the consumer market. One was a Comdex show, and the other one's a CES show. The Condex is basically Computer Dealers Exposition. It was actually when computer manufacturers announced new products, such as Apple or Dell or whatever. They announced a new line. It's usually held in November, and they do this just before the Christmas holiday season, just before Thanksgiving, so it'll be in line with the Christmas shopping season. So around that time is when old computer stuff gets marked down because the new computer stuff is coming in line here. So that had been a staple for about 20 years or so, but unfortunately, Comdex closed down actually quite a while ago now. It's in 2003 was the last show. It had really lots of and a little thing that shook up not just the electronic industry but another industry. The Comdex was slowly losing attendance, falling attendance, and a lot of it was related to their own device here. New media. They did not keep up with new media. YouTube and Facebook and the internet, where they're essentially, a lot of people think, well, why do we need to go to these big old expensive shows where we just get the information online anyway? So that thinking actually threatened the entire convention industry and got a lot of people wondering, will conventions themselves go away? But we're talking 10, 15 years later or more, 13 years later, it's still a lot of conventions. In fact, in some cases, conventions have expanded. So Condex might have gone away, and there's talk about bringing them back. But right now, essentially, that industry, the computer industry, had been absorbed in Consumer Electronics Show or CES show, and that is the CES show. That's essentially, it had been, and it still is, anything that's electronic, computers, smartphones, TVs, and crazy stuff. And I had been going to the CES show since I was a kid, actually, because I had a TV repair shop back when I was in high school. And I remember when I first went, the AVN stands for Adult Video Expo, or AVN Adult Video Expo, was actually part of the CES show. So I got to see my very first porn star live here, and I was a little bit disappointed because they don't look that great when they're live. They look pretty, well, at least at the time they looked kind of trampy. So, but I did vividly remember that because it's still technically underage, but that was 16 going. I was supposed to be only 18 before I entered the zone over there, but I got in anyway. And CES is actually one of the biggest conventions in Las Vegas too, and it's huge. I mean, it used to be the entire LA. If you've been to the Las Vegas Expo, Las Vegas Convention Center, it's a enormous place. But the CES show basically took over the entire convention. You used to roll into the Hilton next door. And then it's gotten bigger and bigger. Now it's the convention plus 3 or 4 or 5 other hotels along with it too. So it's got even bigger. And it's usually held mid-January, which right now it's almost in December. So it's going to be in about 2 weeks or so. I think it starts the 7th or 9th or something like that. Usually it's around the first playoffs, and that's interesting too. When the football playoffs happened here, it was amazing to watch an entire convention just simply stop and watch a football game. We were talking thousands of people stop what they're doing and watch football. I've never seen so many people watch football in one place at one time, with the exception of going to a live game ever in my life until I went to CES show. And so, like I say, the CES show basically dictates when new products are announced. And we're not just talking about computer, we're talking about everything that's electronic. So, around that time, the old last year's model marked down, preparation to make room for the new models. And on top, it's right after Christmas. So, wrapping it up. So when, why, and where do you get are the good deals? Well, actually, it's about right now. I'm not sure when you're going to be listening to this or watching this podcast show, but right about now, between after Christmas and mid-January, so is kind of when the best deals happen. And why is because two things. First of all, a lot of these places are trying to get rid of the old models of computers and electronics and all that stuff, and to make room for the new stuff. And also, right after Christmas, you got a lot of returns. People that didn't like their computer or smartphone or whatever returned back to Walmart or Best Buy or whatever, which adds to even better deals than just simply getting stuff marked down. And where is actually, believe it or not, is your typical consumer electronic places to buy stuff. Walmart and Best Buy and Target and all that really had some really, really good deals right now. Most people don't realize. And also you got to look at their online marketplaces too, because quite often when, especially with Walmart, if they get a return, they don't necessarily bring it back to the store and try to sell it at the store. They just try to sell it online. Best Buy has a huge online marketplace for reconditioned equipment. And this stuff is still essentially brand new, still on warranty, just been boxed open and stuff like that. So you can have really, really fantastic deals going online to these consumer electronic places. And let's not forget Target and some other places too, where you can get some really, really good deals. So anyway, that, like I say, it. So in wrapping up here, if you still have some. If grandma or grandpa sent you a little bit of cash for Christmas and you're looking for some good deals on any kind of electronics, actually, not just computers, but anything, it's now's the time to go online or go to Best Buy, Walmart, and all this stuff and try to get yourself a good deal, some great electronics. So anyway, so that's it. So anyway, that's it for this show. And I wish you guys thanks for listening and watching. And until next time, good luck and Godspeed to your online success.